In terms of Helix Sleep and Purple as a brand, they have a number of different options for you to choose from as a consumer. Well, how's it going, everybody over in Slumber City? I'm JD, hopefully you're doing well. And today we've got a mattress comparison for you between Helix Sleep and Purple. So these are two pretty popular online options, and you may have even come across them if you've been shopping for a bed online for a while now. But when it comes down to it, who should really go the route of Helix Sleep and who should go with Purple? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. But speaking of this video, for the purposes of it, since these brands do offer quite a number of options, we're mainly going to be talking about how the Helix Midnight bed compares to the original Purple mattress. This guy sitting right behind me. Along the way, we're going to be talking about the policies that both of these beds are backed by. We're going to be talking about the similarities between them, the differences, of course, pricing, and at the end, I'll sum things up with a final verdict so you can really get a sense of which bed will be right for you. Hopefully this video is helpful for you. If it is, go ahead and drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel for so much more. And if you need any more information about either Helix or Purple once this video is over, check down below in the description to see a bunch more helpful content from our website, myslumberyard.com. But without further ado, let's get into this comparison.
At the Slumber Yard, you know we work real hard to find the right bed for you and save you money on it.
Okay, so right out of the gate, policies. Let's talk about that stuff. So what are you going to be getting with Helix and what are you going to be getting with Purple? Well, with both, you should be getting completely free shipping to start. The options from Helix Sleep will probably show up in a big box that's around like 4 feet tall. With the Purple beds, nowadays I believe they ship in a bag, which is kind of interesting. But regardless of the packaging that they show up in, all you gotta do once they're at your door is drag them into your home and unbox them, which is super easy and kind of fun actually if you have a friend there to help you out. Now, once the beds are in your possession, that's when your trial period of 100 nights kicks in for both. So you get a nice chunk of time to basically try out Helix Midnight or the Purple beds in your home risk-free before you're officially stuck with them. And if within that time frame, the feel, firmness, whatever you originally expected is completely off from what you got, that's totally fine because within that time frame, that trial period, you can get completely free returns with both. And don't worry, you're not gonna have to stuff the beds back into that packaging. That's gonna be a mess. All you gotta do is just call the company up and they'll schedule a time to have somebody come by your home and remove the bed at no extra cost. But we highly doubt many folks out there are gonna be sending these options back as they're both quite nice. So in the case you decide to keep them, they're both backed by a standard 10-year warranty. We're gonna try to link some more information regarding all this policy stuff down below in the description box if you're interested in learning more. But now let's dive into the similarities between these two. And apart from Firmness, which I will cover later on in this video, these beds don't really share too much in common. But one thing that they do share in common in terms of their brands is that both brands have a number of different options for you to choose from. With Helix, you have 6 core models, 6 luxe versions of those core models, a couple different natural and organic options, and even a plus option that's designed to support especially heavier folks. With Purple, you have their original Purple mattress, their Purple Hybrid, their Purple Hybrid Premier beds, and a new Purple Plus option, which is basically the original Purple mattress, but a tinge bit softer for side sleepers. So if the Helix Midnight or the original Purple mattress don't really tickle your fancy, we're gonna have all their options that they offer as brands down below in the description box as well. But now let's dive into the major differences between these two, starting with their respective constructions. So all of the Helix mattresses, including the Midnight, are hybrid beds by default, meaning that they use a supportive layer of pocketed coils instead of dense foam. So we've talked a lot about pocketed coils on this channel, and we'll try to link a lot more helpful information about them down below in the description box. But essentially what they do is just provide beds with a lot more bidirectional support, bounce, and durability for bigger body types. The original Purple mattress, on the other hand, is an all foam bed. So that means it's comprised of various foam layers and it uses dense support foam for its base. And this factor makes the original Purple most ideal for average to petite sized individuals. We think if you're heavier, you probably could get by on the original Purple bed, but you probably will be getting a lot more long-term support from that Helix Midnight or any of the Helix beds. But if you're a much heavier person, say in the range of like 250 pounds or up, we would probably recommend you check out their Purple Hybrid or Purple Hybrid Premier beds, or pretty much any of the Helix mattresses. Now, apart from their different support layers, these beds also have a different type of top comfort foam. With Purple, they actually use a material known as hyperelastic polymer, and Purple dubs this stuff the Purple Grid. It's essentially a gel-like substance that's laid out in a grid format across the top of an entire mattress. It's super stretchy, responsive, and when you lay down on this stuff, it almost appears to be soft and firm at once, which is kind of rare. That proprietary material that Purple uses for their top layers on their beds gives all of their mattresses a really unique feel. So when you go to lay down on the original purple bed, you almost feel weightless on your back, kind of like you're floating above the bed. But then when you go to switch to your side, that material kind of conforms to the shape of your shoulders and hips nicely and offers you a lot more pressure relief than support. The Helix beds use a soft comfort foam on top, which naturally gives all of them more of a soft neutral foam feel. The big takeaway for all the Helix beds is that most sleepers out there should find them to be accommodating and comfortable right off the bat, and they shouldn't really throw anyone off, which could potentially happen with someone who's really not used to the feel of purple. This stuff is kind of divisive, but most people out there love it. So I guess when you're talking about feel between these two, if you want more of a safe pick that should work for pretty much anyone, go with that Helix. But if you're more of an adventurous person looking for a completely different feel in your mattress, check out purple. Now, as I alluded to earlier, these beds are also going to share a very similar firmness. They're both right around a medium on our scale, meaning that they should work for all sleeper types right off the bat. Back, side, stomach, and combination sleepers should be able to get by on these beds a-okay. If you want a bed that's not necessarily a flat medium and you're more into soft or firm mattresses, again, both of these brands provide a number of different options that all vary in terms of firmness. They pretty much span across the entire firmness spectrum. And again, we're going to have all their other options linked down below in the description if you maybe want to check out a different firmness. Now, a couple different X factors for Helix and purple. With Helix, they have so many different beds, right? So it can be kind of hard at first glance to navigate through their lineup. But the cool thing about them is that on their website, they actually offer a sleep quiz, which runs you through a series of questions related to your sleeping preferences, your BMI, and at the end, it basically gives you the bed that it views works for you based upon your answers. Over here at the Slumber Yard, some of our team members have actually taken that sleep quiz, and we think it's a really quick and efficient way to really pinpoint the right Helix bed for you. In terms of purple, since that hyperelastic material on top is laid out in a grid format, there's plenty of space for air to travel and circulate through the mattress. So this factor will probably give the original purple bed a little bit better airflow than something that's found on Helix Midnight or something like that. So purple probably gets the advantage for hot sleepers at the end of the day. But the real question on everyone's mind by now, I'm guessing, is probably pricing. How much are you going to be spending with Helix and how much are you going to be shelling out for purple? Well, one is probably going to be a little bit more affordable than the other, especially after discount. But as of when I'm recording this video, a queen size Helix Midnight is currently retailing for somewhere around the $1,200 range. But after discount, you should expect to pay closer to $1,100 for one. We should have something linked down below in the description to help you out with that pricing for Helix. But in terms of purple, as of when I'm doing this video, a queen size original mattress retails for right around $1,400, but after discount, which again we should have for you down below in that description box, you can expect to pay somewhere closer to that $1,250 range. But pricing for online beds within this space changes all the time. We look one week and it's completely changed from what we saw just last week. So if this pricing is different as when you're watching this video, I apologize, but check down below in that description because we should have everything up to date down there for you. But that's pretty much it when it comes to comparing Helix to purple. I could go on and on and on in this comparison, but why do that when I can just give you the skinny, the final verdict? Here you go. Well, I'd say look into Helix if you want a hybrid mattress with a standard neutral foam feel, you want a bunch of different options to navigate through with that sleep quiz, and you also want the more affordable option after discount. And then check out purple if you're interested in trying out something that's completely different yet also very comfy. You like the sound of that medium firmness, and you want the bed that'll probably offer you a little bit better airflow. But that's just our team's take over here at the Slumber Yard. What is yours? When it comes down to this comparison, which one would you go with and why? Write us down below in those comments. We would love to hear from you. Again, a ton more information about Helix Sleep and Purple can be found down below in the description box within our full written reviews from our website. And also down there, we should have some discount codes to help save you some money with these options. If you enjoyed this video, you got something out of it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for so much more, but that's gonna do it for this one. Again, I'm JD with the Slumber Yard. Hopefully you're doing well. And like always, sleep right, sleep tight, and we'll see you next time.
You've been watching my Slumber Yard. Like and subscribe.